All right, what I want to do today is compare an FHA loan and a conventional loan. Now, understand there's a lot more that goes into it when we try to make the decision on what's best for our client and what I'm going to talk about in this minute or so. But I do want to talk about one thing that I look at. And a lot of it has to do with the borrower's credit score. So let me explain what I mean by that and explain when I think FHA is often better for a client and when we often turn to a conventional loan for our clients. So let me start off by saying the interest rate. The interest rate on an FHA loan is almost always going to be lower than the interest rate on a conventional loan. Understand that there's some fees associated with an FHA loan that aren't associated with a conventional loan. There's an upfront fee called upfront mortgage insurance premium that we have on FHA loans that we don't have on conventional loans. The other thing is PMI. You've heard of PMI, mortgage insurance. It's known by a couple of names. So that is going to be there if you put down less than 20%, understand, on a conventional loan or an FHA loan. However, it's often cheaper on a conventional loan if your credit scores are higher. So even though an FHA rate is often lower than a conventional rate, we still choose the conventional loan because of those additional fees that we often see on FHA loans. Now, let me explain what I mean by what I said at the beginning, and that has to do with the credit score. So again, think about the fact that the interest rate on an FHA loan is cheaper almost always than it is on a conventional loan. However, as credit scores go lower, as they go down, the interest rate on the conventional loan goes up in a steep line. The interest rate on an FHA loan either doesn't go up at all or goes up very gradually. So what you see is the difference in the interest rate as your credit scores go down gets larger. Therefore, some of the extra fees that you might pay on an FHA loan start to make more sense because the interest rate difference is bigger. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. The other thing you see as credit scores go down is the PMI on a conventional loan goes higher. The PMI on an FHA loan actually stays the same no matter what credit scores you have. So again, as credit scores go lower, we often try to talk to our clients and refer our clients to an FHA loan versus a conventional loan. But as credit scores are higher, we often think that a conventional loan is the better option. Again, there's a lot more than that goes into it, but I did want to talk about that comparison, why we sometimes choose a conventional loan over an FHA loan and why we sometimes choose an FHA loan over a conventional loan. Hopefully that helps. If you got any questions, as always, give me a call. Thanks. Bye-bye.